This ancient practice of hospitality also provides an example of service that still inspires Christians today, and reveals why some churches recreate the act of foot washing as part of their Lenten services. In biblical times, people wore sandals, and their feet would get dusty as they walked the dirt roads of the city or country. Hosts offered a pitcher of water for foot washing as a way of greeting guests and allowing them to freshen up after their journey. We find several examples of such hospitality in the Bible, such as when Abraham offered to wash the feet of visiting angels, when Joseph's brothers came to Egypt in search of food, and when Abigail offered to wash the feet of King David's soldiers. In the New Testament, there are two significant instances of foot washing, both involving Christ. In one instance, Jesus was having supper at the home of a leper in the town of Bethany. While eating, a woman named Mary brought forth a box containing spices that were normally used for the preservation of the dead. She began to anoint Jesus on the head with the ointment made from the spices, and to wash his feet with her hair. It is the second instance, that of Christ washing the disciples' feet shortly after the Last Supper, from which the modern practice of foot washing, especially during the Lenten season, is derived. What is unusual about this particular story is that Jesus does not wash the disciples' feet upon entering the upper room, but rather after the Passover meal is ended, perhaps as a way of emphasizing the act as one of service and symbolic cleansing, rather than purely the removal of dirt from the disciples' feet. In the biblical account of this act, Simon Peter protests, telling Christ not to wash his feet. Jesus responded by saying that if Peter wanted to share in what Christ was doing, he would allow the Master to wash his feet. Peter then understood, for he responded that Christ should not only wash his feet, but also his hands and his head. In the course of this foot washing, Jesus then commands his disciples to be his servants in the world. "If I, as your Lord and Master, have washed your feet," Jesus said, "then you are also to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example that you should do as I have done to you." Later in the passage in the Gospel of John, Jesus again repeats this message, and his words still echo in the heart of believers today. "A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another, as I have loved you, that you also love one another."